Again, Derek, Charleston on the water out here today. We got the barge in place. We've got a butcher block table that I picked up this week. We're going to go ahead and swap out the picnic table for this butcher block table. Thanks again for tuning in. I see Andy's here. I see Mike's here. I see Tim's here. And I see Joel's here. Thanks for tuning in. Anyone else that's joining the live stream, please go ahead and drop down in the chat below. We're going to go ahead and get this table set up, get a little bit more of a better bow studio going here. So as we start getting some more people out here cooking, we have a better setup for them. I do know Mike, Polish Cha-Cha here, is he's coming out next weekend, and we're going to do some smoked fish dip and I think some wings, right, Mike? We're going to do some wings, getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday. So next Saturday, Mike's going to be in Charleston. We'll get him out here. And then, like I said, Andy, be prepared. This thing's going to have to come on down your way, and we're going to have to do something with you soon. So let me Joe should be mic'd up.
I am. Oh, I'm not.
He's probably not talking a lot, though.
Am I mic'd up?
You should be mic'd up.
You don't hear me? I'm talking.
Do you have a blue? Is it blue? If it's blue, you should be mic'd up.
You can't hear me when you're over there?
I can't hear the audio. They can hear the audio. So they're leaving comments right now. Guys, one thing I need to do is I need to put a screen here so I can see y'all talking in the chat while I'm out here. I need to get a little bit better setup on that sense. One thing you'll see, Mike, I've already shared it with you. Andy, I think I sent you the link as well. I've got a nice little techie item coming. They're shipping it Monday. So we'll get a camera that'll actually track me as I move, increasing that production value a little bit better. But wanted to get this table set up, get a nice little studio setup here. It's not going to have the face yet, but we're going to get a face on it once we flip it and put a nice little Charleston on the water logo. So as we're cooking, we got a little bit of more of a professional setup for y'all. So now that I'm out here, let me zoom y'all in a little bit more. You'll also notice, come here, Mare. Come here. So I got Mariner here with me today, but also there's Rio here, the little puppy dog. Come here, Rio. Huh? Mariner wants nothing to do with Rio. Come here, Mare. Come here. Rio wants everything to do with Mariner, but nothing to do. Mariner wants nothing to do with him. So, yeah, he's excited, huh? He loves being out on the water just as much as we do. Rio's still uncertain about it. What you got, Joe?
We're uncertain what Rio is.
If we're uncertain about what Rio is.
They sold it to us as a labradoodle, but I went to the vet and he says very little lab and probably no doodle.
Yeah. So Joe's wife, which, by the way, happy birthday, Macarena. Thanks for lending me Joe today. I got to get him back to the dock sooner than later. He's agreed to come out and help because he's used to being in hot water with his wife. So we're out here building this table before he goes and takes his wife out for dinner. But she got him Rio as a Christmas gift. A labradoodle is what he's supposed to be. And with the fat head, it was like, he might be lab, but if he is, he's an English lab. And the older he gets, the less and less he looks like a labradoodle. Still a cool dog. Still a lot of fun. Puppies are always great. But looking less and less like he's a labradoodle and more like he's just a true
He's just a dog, yeah.
He's just a true Southern mutt.
You don't know who your daddy is, do you?
So for all y'all tuning in, I did cheat with these. Lowe's sells weekend project lumber that's cut in 2-foot lengths and 4-foot lengths. So really, it's going to be off by a hair because there is a variance on a lot of stuff. I do remember that from the dock building, but this is all rough carpentry out on a barge, out on a food boat. It's all rough. It's no fine carpentry here. So there'll be a slight variation in it. But I'm just really excited to get this butcher block table out and have something better to work on other than that picnic table. It's going to take up, as you can tell, it's going to take up less of footprint, and it's just going to do so much better out here on the barge. Like I said, I think the next thing I need to do is, for now, for the intermediate, is a 10 by 10 pop-up tent out here so I can get some lighting, better lighting. Don't have to deal with all the variations in the cloud cover, natural lighting, and all that stuff. What you need?
Screws.
Screws. At least I can be useful for something while he's sitting here working and I'm talking. He's been in business with me though, so he's used to this stuff.
That's right.
He's used to doing all the work and me just sitting here talking to people.
That's funny.
So.
Yeah.
So a young man in Mount Pleasant made this for me. Took him about 2 weeks, found him on Facebook Marketplace. Really excited. Once I flip it, you're going to see a couple of scratch marks in it. It's because somebody here decided he was going to ride on it while he was in the back seat of the car, and to get him off of it. And the more I tried to get him off, so let me hop over here while Joe's doing that. Let me hop in the comment section, see what y'all are saying. But I'm really excited for next week when I have a camera that's actually going to track as I walk so you can get that motion. Yeah, 50 degrees. Russell, good to see you, man. It's been a while since you've been on. Good to see you. How good to see we're not freezing, but we are, again. Mike's over on the other side of the plate, but here in Charleston, it's still only about 54 degrees. Tonight, it's supposed to get down to about 28, 29, 30 degrees, somewhere in there, which is plenty cold. I'll do a live stream again tomorrow. I got to figure out what I'm going to do it about. I got to get motivated in the morning to get out and do something because I don't fare well in the cold. Y'all know that already. I love Charleston, but it's still not warm. So while Joe's working on that, let me share a quick story for y'all. My buddy Alex, you've seen him pop in here before. You've seen me on his boat and everything. Yesterday, I got a really, really terrible call from him. If there's one thing I hate in this world, it's a thief. Lee Ermery said it, and the gunnery sergeant when he was playing the drill sergeant. And thieves are just terrible people. If any of y'all in the Charleston area see a 75 horsepower Kubota farm tractor, forks on the front, closed cab, it was stolen from his farm yesterday. If you've seen the episode where we blew up the boat, and we're probably going to go out there again soon and blow some more things up here shortly. Somebody stole his tractor yesterday. Went in 0:34 and got out by like 0:56. So it was well thought out and coordinated. However, they did drive the tractor, which is familiar. They don't have a suspension system, though the cab has an air ride system in the seat. There's no suspension system. And they drove that thing probably 5 to 10 miles somewhere in that route. So it leads you to believe their first rodeo with how quick they were in and out, but it is like their top 3 or their first 3 rodeos. But yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, Tim, they're thieves are terrible people. But for those of y'all in Georgia or Florida, you might see it on the interstate. Basically, that's where it is. It's heading south, and it's either going to be chopped up for parts or it's going to be sold somewhere where people don't care about a title. I don't know, but GPS. I guess GPS for everything from here on out. Short road. Tall pine. Yeah, man. It's terrible. All right, let's hop back out here with Joe. I feel like I'm a little bit of help if I'm just even hanging out here. But I do feel like I need a shovel or something to lean on while he's working.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're ready for the legs now.
I think so.
So start over there where you're at. Andy, by the way, if you're still in the chat hanging out, Joe here is the one I told you about. He's got a tree service. I'm sure you can see by his hat and his shirt, heating tree. So he's much like you. He does a lot of stuff on the water, but then he also cuts down trees and makes a living as an arborist. Need to get you up here sometime too, Andy. There's plenty of places to hang out. You can trailer that mullet of yours up here or bring it up the waterways, whatever you want to do. There's dock space. Always hang out with me on the barge here too. But some beer cans around the deck. Mute Joe's mic.
Did I just do it?
Huh? Yeah, just cut your mic off. I guess it's
what?
The impact and everything is just so. Yeah, they don't want to listen to the old man on the bow. He's just here to work. Nobody wants to listen to him. Now he's crying. He's missing hanging out with his wife to hang out with y'all, and y'all don't even want to hear him. Yeah, Andy, we definitely do need to make that happen. Like I said, this is going to take a long time to get to you. I think I did the math, and I'd probably be motoring for about 2 days underway to get to you. Totally worth it. I'm down for that. Or if you want to bring the mullet up and we meet halfway or whatever too. So the design of this, the concept behind it, this is just a shell. I'm going to put a plywood face on it. And then what I want to do is I actually want to carve out some pilings. Having been in the dock business before, having a barge on the water that's now a food boat, I thought it'd be pretty neat to go in and generously cut out a piling with a 90-degree angle and put a face on it to kind of tie that nautical look into it. So right now, this is just to get the table up, get it on the barge, and then from here, I'll scratch my head, drink a few beers, and figure out what look we're going to accomplish with this thing. But you know me, it's kind of fly by the seam of my pants and get something out there and then figure out the final product later. So that's what we're doing right here, right now. Let me hop out there again. You can see Rio down there in the bottom being a puppy. 3 hours on the trailer. Yeah, Andy, that's not a bad ride. Like I said, I mean, I definitely need to come down there again and hang out with you. They'll stiffen up with another layer. I think they're pretty stiff. Yeah, they're stiff, but we're going to put another layer and another shelf in, and they'll stiffen up. So, man, that sun's like right there. that's again, like I said, that's why I need that canopy over here. Again, like I said, we're going to flip this up, and what this is going to do is give us a nice little working space here to host the show from. It's at a pretty good height. When doing this, I did do some research. If you're if you're below 6 foot in height, you're supposed to have it between 36 and 39 inches. If you're 6'1" and above, between 39 and like 41 inches. Hey, the dog is eating the grass. That's not live grass, dude. Rio. Stop. It's not live grass. You're eating freaking plastic. We gave him a hickory to chew on, and now he's chewing on the boat itself.
It's a cow.
Hey, Rio, I'm going to lock you in the kitchen, dog. Just that one part. Just that one part. So, stop, dog. Stop. Stop. Don't look at me like that. You're going to go in the water. Just kidding. Joe's going to kill me if I throw his dog in the water. But stop. Stop. Stop it. So I think what I decided was we cut the legs at 36 and a half inches, which with the 3.5 there, we'll put it right about 40-inch height, which is about a working height that I'm used to being at just with my height, Mike. Hopefully it'll work for you. If you come out and you need better, I'll get you a step stool or something. No, I'm just kidding about that. But I think there are some people that are going to need a box, so I might make a small box for them. Because I do want this to be a nice little area to work, but at the same time, I do want it to be, you know, not bent over working on stuff. Because today I was in Myrtle Beach, and we had to get in and get out prepping. We did our Irish bangers with some bangers and mash. We did that pork strami that I've showed y'all a few times, taken down there to Florida with Andy. We did the pork strami, and then we did our chicken breakfast sausage. All of that's Cooper River Farm sausages that I told you before. That's what I sell. That's what I do. I sell sling meat throughout the South. But I want to get a nice little working height for y'all here. Let me step back over here, check the comment section, see what y'all got going on. Best work bending over. Of course a Navy guy would say something like that. Best work bent over. I'm not even sure how to respond to that. You're not technically wrong, I guess. I don't know. Meat dealer. Yeah, it will. We will definitely put some benches and stools out here, Tim. We will definitely put some benches and stools out here. Like I said, right now it's just kind of build this plane as we fly, or build this boat as we go, literally. So I just wanted to get this in here and see what we can do with it. Might actually let out some more spud. I'm actually gonna put you back up with Joe real quick. Excuse the sound as I step back here to the stern and put those spuds on free spool, because we have the tide coming in right now. And as the tide comes in, the barge raises up, and these spuds will start pulling out of the mud, and we'll start floating away. So, yep, we're good now. We are good now. What you thinking?
More screws.
More screws?
I
Another layer is not going to stiffen it up?
another layer what? Where?
When you put another shelf in, it'll stiffen these up.
That's the only one that's loose.
Okay. The meat dealer. I'm not sure I told you this on the other live stream, and if I did, I apologize for retelling a story. But again, Alex, my buddy I told you about, he's got a high school friend of his that lives in Jacksonville, Florida, works for the American Culinary Federation. It's a league of chefs, and he sends me a text including me and the chef on this text. And as he's doing so, it's, you know, Derek slings his meat around town or whatever. Something really raunchy. So I doubled down and I'm like, yeah, but it's a dangerous game. You know, we just go around sampling, you know, just the tip, hoping they come back for more and do so on a weekly basis. And then it gets even worse about, yeah, well, you can't do that for free. And like I sit there and it clicks. I'm like, this is a chick I'm talking to. So I pick up the phone and sure enough, it is a chick. And I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry to be that raunchy. But thanks. But after all, I mean, she is in the food and bev industry. She's like, no, this is totally fun. I'm used to it. And she doubles down on the phone and says a couple more raunchy things. And it's like, okay, thank God. But I was worried, like right there. I was like, oh man, this is a hashtag Me Too movement right here.
Okay, we're ready. What's the next part?
We got to put another layer of shelf in.
Where's that going?
Well, we used one of the layers of shelf extra, 2 bys there. So we'll just
put it sideways. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I was going to put a mid one in, and then I was going to put a bottom shelf in eventually too.
Sure.
Yeah, that bottom shelf.
Like that?
Yeah, I'd probably put it up a little higher. I mean, well, that's lower. I mean, it could be closer to the top here.
Yeah.
It's just going to hold stuff so we can load it, you know, and have things ready to go, you know, as we cook. Huh? You got a mid.
All the way around.
Yeah.
You mismeasured. You didn't include that when you measured these.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
I don't think that's going to matter. It'll hold it. Let's look at it.
That doesn't fit in there either. How does that not fit in there?
Because you didn't measure how far it's going to be from there to there.
This is 4 feet. So are your legs in?
Could be. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can pull them back out.
Yeah. Yeah, your legs are
out with these.
Your legs are in, yeah. I mean, it literally does not need. I mean, things are going to be like this size in there. So whatever. Yeah.
8 inches.
Yeah, 8 inches is good. You're going to build above that 8-inch mark then, right?
Yeah. Up here?
Yeah. I know speed square. Why half-ass anything when you can whole-ass everything? So yeah, no speed square, no level, none of that. Just came out here to build, and this is what we're building. Chefs are raunchy. Yes, they are. You want to see an up-close shot of the puppy? I'll just pick it up for you here, Jeff. Let me, let's see Rio. Rio, come here. Come here, Rio. Here's the puppy. Like I said, he's a little questionable as to what he is. Let's get you out here. I don't think he's questionable as to what he is. Yeah, he's a male, that's for sure. But you gonna look at the camera? Look at the camera there, dude. So he's got real goofy ears. He's a puppy. Drop it in the comment section as to what you think he is. But we were told he was a Labradoodle, and he's obviously not a Labradoodle. And he is black-ish. He's got a little bit of brown hue to him, but yeah. Yeah, he's definitely a mixed master for sure. But Mariner's over here wanting to get picked up now. He's about to put the dog in his place, I think is what it is. Rio's nipping at him, and Mariner's not having it. He's been getting nipped at for about 2.5 hours now, and I think he's finally come to his wits' end with it. Any dark spots? Mike, we think he's got pit in him. When in the South, when somebody says he's a lab mix, it most likely means he's pit bull. And that fat head, his build, all of it's starting to say he might be labradoodle, but it's a real little bit of lab and a real little bit of doodle. So great to see you too, Jeff. Thanks for tuning in. We're about 28 minutes into this live stream. Joe's doing all the hard work, and I'm just sitting here talking. So let me pop over to him and see what we can do. He could be Chow. He could be Chow. I grew up with a Chow during my childhood, Rusty. He was a great dog. So it's hard to tell what he is, but to Mariner, he's annoying. Mariner's had enough of this dog. Huh?
It's a rescue, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really is a rescue, like Joe just said. Rio was living with a family, and they couldn't have the dog in the apartment anymore. So the lady told Joe's wife whatever story she had to tell him to get the dog out of her house so she didn't get in trouble with the apartment complex. Huh? Mariner wants nothing to do with Rio at all. Rio's trying his best to play. We gotta make some cuts.
I just leave it. It'll fit. It'll stay.
Okay.
So the ones go this way, right?
Yeah. Those aren't gonna fit.
How'd you work it out?
I didn't work it out. He's asking me how I worked it out. We cut his audio off, so now we can't hear him.
Yeah. If this goes on the outside, that board won't touch it.
No, it needs to go on the inside. They were pre-cut in the Lowe's hardware section as weekend projects. Okay. So if we got to make a cut, we got to make a cut.
No, we'll cut the pull that one back.
We'll cut the smaller boards. Watch out, dogs!
Oh, not too far.
You go up now, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be above that line. I didn't fix anything. You know I don't fix anything. Yeah, my dog is giving me the stink eye. He is so freaking tired of this puppy right now. Andy's over here saying it looks too high. Like I said, I mean, it will be, I mean, it's going to be about the height of this working station here. I know for, you know, some of my guests, it might be too high, but for the majority, yeah, for the majority of the time while I'm out here, you know, I want to be comfortable. I'll make sure my guests are comfortable if I need to get them step stools or booster chairs or whatever they need. But like Joe just said, as long as it's not too low, that was my big concern, because low starts getting hard on that lower back there. So, I mean, if it's If it's a little too high, you know, we can adjust from there. But, you know, too low, there's not much you can do. The shelf. We got Mike admiring Andy's boat here, talking about is it a Parker? I'll let Andy answer that, but yes, it is. And Andy's over there saying the shelf. The shelf is kind of low, but it'll be okay because, like I said, I want to be able to preload stuff in there. So as we're cooking, if I got to pull vegetables out or I got to pull something out as we're doing the cooking, yeah, I can kind of like come out here and do a bunch of prep like you're supposed to do. So I quit flying by the seam of my pants as much as I do. Seam or seat? Seat, pretty sure, yeah. So I quit just flying, and yeah, that aim, ready, fire, you know, messing all that up, getting back into the ready, aim, fire sequence, and doing some prep work so we can preload that shelf with everything and just kind of pull out, do things as we need it, and then throw it on the stove. Kind of speed the show along, because what I want to do is, again, like I said, I want to get people out here and live stream these different cook sessions. I know for y'all, I really enjoy seeing the comment section blow up like it is, and I enjoy y'all coming out and spending time with me. And I actually enjoy making this content more than all the edited content. I can get a lot more out to you too. So like for now, we're going to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see how it goes during the summer. If the channel really starts picking up, we'll do it every day. Maybe a happy hour out here. Part of the issue is the sun. As the days get longer, we can maybe do them after work hours. But right now with the sun going down as soon as it does, I don't know about y'all. I had to actually, while I was talking to my brother yesterday, had to Google the hours and see, you know, is it 6 o'clock, 6:30? Is that what it's always going to be, is getting dark? I forgot that eventually we get 7:30, 8:30 sunsets, which will allow for much more filming, much more content creation, and many more live streams, like I said, again, perhaps during the week. I got Mike over here asking if I'll let you get drunk on camera. It's the internet, bud. If you want to become a meme and live in infamy as a meme, feel free. I'm surprised my dumbass hasn't done it. We are of that generation where we're glad cameras weren't out when we were out drinking, making fools of ourselves. So if you want to do that, by all means do that, bud. I'm not going to stand in your way. Let's go back here. Andy is talking about, yeah, Andy, that boat of yours is a very cool boat. Last year going out there with you on that boat, I had a lot of fun. Definitely enjoyed your shrimping episodes. Can't wait to see your camping episodes. That dog is chewing up my freaking tape measure, so let me go stop him real quick. Yeah, you know I'm talking about you. Destructo. You're lucky you're so cute, huh? Yeah, Mariner's coming to put you in your place. Mariner's coming to tell you to stop eating everything. So he didn't do too bad of damage. I'm really, really excited about, yeah, Joe Mike says it's looking good. I forgot to compliment him, so thanks for complimenting him, Mike. Joe is super sensitive. He's about to start crying because nobody's complimenting handiwork over there. So let me get back out there and see what I can be of assistance with, if anything. Again, it's going on the underside.
I know, I'm just cutting it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to cut this piece off.
It won't slide it?
I don't think so.
You have to shave it a hair?
I think so.
Yeah, it's going to have to get shaved. It's going to have to get shaved. Lowe's weekend projects. They require a little bit of work, I guess. It's not just assemble like an IKEA project. What you thinking now?
If it's a little short, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
You still got to put one across here.
Yeah.
It'll cover it. If I cut it a little short.
Yeah.
Let me try to cut it.
Yeah. The more work you do, the less I have to do. You know that.
It's not exactly a piece of furniture.
No.
I'm not exactly a carpenter.
Oh, geez, you're breaking it, though. Joe loves that line. This isn't a piece of furniture.
The last table I made was with a chainsaw. That's the truth.
That beautiful table you made for your daughter?
No, I didn't do that with a chainsaw.
No, you did not. Y'all have seen it in the River Dog episode, that nice live edge table that was epoxied. Joe made that for his daughter, Baylin. That was their kitchen. I was filming that in. We got the Michael Vick dogfight here. Is that what you're saying, Jeff? I don't think the one stands a chance right now, only because he's bigger than the other one. But I give it about 6 months. I don't think Mariner stands a chance against that dog. If you had a table, Joe would have to cut off the deck. Yeah. If only we had a table, right? That's Andy, the old man with wisdom, speaking. If you had a table, I don't know where we can find a table. I mean, maybe there's a table right out there. Joe did want to work off a table. It was my decision to get rid of the picnic table before coming out here. So Joe would have been able to work the entire project off of the picnic table. If when you get older, it's hard to reach the floor. It's hard to reach the floor, Joe? Those knees are still working, Joe. Good for you. What am I missing here with Tim? He built it upside down. Always a comedian. There's always one in the group. Oh, hopped over to 3. There's nothing on 3. Stay between 1 and 2 right now. Which stove you want to see? You want to see the pizza oven in there? The pizza oven will come out again. I got to get my mechanic out here to teach me how to cook pizza. Yeah, OSHA doesn't exist out here in the salt marshes of South Carolina. Let's go back out here, see what I can help Joe with, if anything. I'm like my grandmother used to say, useless as tits on a bowl. You gonna cut those down too?
Yeah.
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 I think you gotta. Well, it's up on the smoker there because your dog keeps trying to eat it.
Trying to eat that.
Might have to go out too. Remember, it's still flexible. Those are 24 inches, and you should take off 3 inches, right? So they should be 21.
22 what?
Those are 24 inches, and you're taking off.
It's 22 and a half.
Oh, because this is on the outside, dummy. I'm just going to stay out of it. Let Joe do the work. I'm going to go back over here and talk to y'all. I'm going to mess it up. Too many chiefs or too many chefs in the kitchen. Or Mariner is dying to get off the boat and get away from the puppy. Mike, you're 5 deep. It's 5:12. It's 12 after 5, man. I guess you still got those Navy tricks up your sleeve, huh? Even us Army guys work to at least 5 o'clock on a Friday. That's funny, man. That is funny. From Edisto, it depends what side of Edisto you're looking at getting to, but I can get to the Wadmalaw Sound from here. It's about a 6-hour barge trip to get to the Wadmalaw Sound, which is the north side of Edisto. But yeah, we're not far. That's one of my territories I sell my sausage to. But wow, you got something planned there, Andy? But I forgot to click your comment. But yeah, if you got something planned there, you want to do something in Edisto. I had a lot of fun in Edisto back in college, and still continue to do so. Edisto is just a fur piece as far as driving. A lot of oak trees that are unforgiving. But if you got something in mind, Andy, love to do it. Let me know. Ah, the shark tourney. When is that shark tourney? That shark tournament, are they still doing it? I know there was a little bit of controversy around it right there around the Rona time. But if they're still doing it, let me know. If you're going to be there, I will make sure I get the boat out there for it, and we'll come hang out. Tim over here telling me useless as tits on a boar pig. That too. That too. Everyone over here talking about shark fishing. Last year, I went down to Hilton Head, and we took, I mean, I know Alfred did that 1,000-pound chum video. I did probably about 1,000 pounds of chum as well. We went out there putting them in bags and dropping them all over, trying to root up some great whites. We had one snag and take all our chum from us. Chip, much love. If you look him up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, any of that, he's the one that does all the shark fishing for the great whites, for the white sharks off of Bluffton, Hilton Head, Buford area. Definitely want to get into that. I think it'd be ridiculous doing it on this barge, but I'm totally game for it if any of y'all are. Yeah, I know you don't need it for regular sharks, but those whites, you needed to bring them in, Mike. They definitely want that chum. They want to know there's something there worth eating. We actually do have enough lumber to put in that full bottom shelf, because we didn't use that extra 2x4x4. You got it? Yeah, so we can cut that. By we, I mean you.
Wow, you almost helped me.
I come up with the ideas, right? If mom and dad are watching this, that's my mom and dad's relationship. My mom's the idea person, and my dad's the execution guy. Love you, Mom. Mean it. There, I got you. You got it?
I'm going to put this one in there. Hold it.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, Andy, Mike, all of y'all, love to use this barge for some catch clean cook episodes. Take the barge out, spud it down, lock everything up. We go out on, the Menorcan mullet or the Polish cha-cha, go out, do some fishing, come back, boom. We got the kitchen right there in the middle of the harbor. We'll do some episodes. I'll buy the ingredients, pay for fuel. We'll go out and have some fun doing some things. Mike, I do appreciate last year getting out on the Polish cha-cha. We had a lot of fun, you, me, and your dad out there. You ready to flip this thing?
I think so. Screws.
Yep. Watch it, dog. Hey.
Let's move down. King. It is heavy.
Yeah, it's a heavy table, man. I think it's a nice working height for me. Might be a little tall for you. Joe's over here. Yeah, I think it's a nice, huh?
Not bad.
But Joe's gonna mic up again. Then he's gonna go grab the chainsaw. Grab the skill saw. And
No, it stays at my house, so when you're gone, I'll just cut it. That's good, huh? That's not so bad.
It's looking good. It's looking good. Can't wait to do some cooking on it. Shelf can slide in there.
Yeah. That is good. That's nice. That's good.
That's a nice table. That is a nice table for sure. Mike, you're going to go ahead and get cooking on this next week. Can't wait, bud. You want to put in that bottom shelf, or are we done for the day? Somebody's wife decided to have a birthday.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So
Either way, I don't care.
I got to get him back. I really like this thing.
Yeah.
I really like this thing.
I like it too.
So let me see if I can get y'all a better picture of it.
Boy, yeah.
It's a nice butcher block. We wanted 2x4s to make it nice and thick. Gonna put a face on it, and then go ahead and brand the face of it. So that is it. We're about 50 minutes into the live stream. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. I need to get Joe back to the dock because those of you that aren't aware, the barge stays at Joe's dock. So if his wife's not happy with him, she's also not happy with me. Actually, she tends to be less happy with me most of the time anyways. And Joe's the one that keeps her in my back, keeps me in her good graces. So I can't get Joe in too much trouble today. So really enjoyed hanging out with y'all. Thanks again to y'all for hanging out with me on a Friday. Let me go over there. Joe's wanting to stand off, show off his work. This camera there. That camera there is the one you're waving at.
They can't see me?
Oh no, they can see you there, but
it came out good.
Yeah, it came out really good.
Really well. This is very nice, the top that you bought.
What's
that guy, the guy, you should advertise for him.
Yeah, he did a great job with that table.
Who was that guy? Next time.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
I would plug him because it's very nice.
I'll put his description down below once I go ahead and edit all this. But oh Jesus, Alfred, you're coming in at the end, man. We're about to leave. I gotta get Joe back to the dock. His wife's birthday.
Getting hungry.
And she's getting hungry, so Joe has to take her out to eat. So I was only able to steal him for a little while. So I got to get him back to the dock.
Hello, Alfred.
So we got to get going. But thanks for coming by to say, hey, I got to get him back though. Otherwise somebody might sabotage my boat.
Alfred's a chit show.
Alfred's a chit show.
That's awesome.
So Alfred, you missed it. Joe's the one that did all the work. Yeah, you were working. I get it. I was napping during your live stream, so I get it. You're working during mine. But Joe, hop out there a little bit more further because you were the one that did all the work. So take credit for that.
Yep.
I definitely took him out here just to do work for me. But anyways, all y'all, thanks for tuning in. Had a lot of fun. I got to get him back. And I don't have this thing set up to where it does well live streaming while we're mobile. So it'll get too grainy and it's just not worth it.
That's a shame. It's a pretty ride back.
Oh, it's a beautiful ride back. What I'll end up doing is I'll end up leaving the cameras going, record it. So I think I can figure this thing out. Alfred, I saw you taking leaps and bounds in your live stream earlier. I think I can figure this thing out and get it to where I can plug in the ride here, the ride back, because these low country marshes are amazing. So thanks again, all of y'all, for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll figure out something else to do tomorrow. So y'all have a great evening. See you tomorrow. A lot of fun.